here's a story that popped up at the end of last week, right? Elon Musk saying that he's putting his Twitter deal on hold over spam bots. What the fuck do you exactly mean by over spam bots? Well, he was told, might have been told, that there were some spam bots that were on Twitter, right? But it didn't make up a large or even a notable percentage of the user base that's out there. And then, maybe in looking into his future investment, realized that they might have been underselling the amount of spam bots that are on there. And even if you go back to one of the first videos that I made on the subject here, when it was initially announced that he made his 9.2% purchase in the company, and it's like, what exactly does that mean? He bought whatever it was, a few $1 million worth of stock, and he was going to be getting a board position out there. So what exactly did all that mean? And I said at the time, it's really impossible to figure out exactly what he's trying to do with this situation. Is he trying to gas up the price of Twitter? Because that's exactly what happened in the aftermath of that. And then you take a look at the stock price right now over the week, towards the end of the week, it nosedived like 16%, and it's tough to say what it's going to look like by the end of the day here. But if Elon Musk doesn't buy the company, Twitter shits the bed and goes right through the fucking floor, because they've been anticipating him completing this purchase for a while now. Over the past couple of weeks, they've been getting rid of redundant high-level positions that are there. You've been seeing a couple of people exit. Okay, it's really shaken the user, or not the user base, but the employee base right to their core, and they're openly weeping and crying. And if I had to put nets outside of the top of the buildings, they haven't gone that far yet. Okay, this isn't Apple we're talking about. But they've all been collectively losing their fucking mind over the fact that somebody wants to come in and shake up the narrative. They want to burst the fucking echo chamber just a touch, and that's already fucking rattled them to their core. So let's just say Elon Musk is not going to buy Twitter anymore. What happens, okay? All of the people that were looking forward to an open, freer platform are like, well, fuck, Twitter wasn't that much fun to begin with, and it's just going to go back to being the same thing it was before, and they'll probably just end up fortifying it so nobody could come back in and purchase it and potentially, make something profitable and relevant once again with. We'll put in even more woke policies and clamp down even harder on any sort of hateful content. Maybe they do that. Or is this just another maneuver to realize that there is one route forward for Twitter, and it's to sell to Elon Musk. And he realizes that he kind of has all the power, because we've seen this before. He puts his name and he puts his support behind something, and then it goes right through the fucking roof. And then the moment that he says something disparaging about it, it falls right through the floor. Okay, you see now with Tesla stock, right? It was going up and up and up and up. And then he puts out this tweet a couple of years ago, and he says, I think Tesla stock is overvalued. And then it drops, okay? He's done that. He did that with a crypto coin. I think he said he was all in for, I think it was Dogecoin or some dumb shit like that. One of those fucking meme coins that were out there. He was all behind it, to the moon, and then all of a sudden, it was just one of the most obvious pump and dumps that you've ever seen in your life. It went up, it went straight through the fucking floor, moved on with his life. He's done this before because he is the ultimate shit poster. It's so fucking weird. We live in this timeline where you have somebody who is the richest man on earth, but he is an avowed shit poster. It's fucking brilliant, and that's why I can't quite figure out exactly what he's going to do here. Some people are saying that, oh yes, this is just an opportunity to negotiate a better price. Obviously, that could definitely be exactly what's happening, okay? As you take a look at the current price of Twitter, it is nowhere near that buy price of $54.20, okay? He's trying to negotiate a better deal because there's one person who's lined up, one person who has the fucking finances in tow to buy out the company wholesale, okay? And they realize that either, the future of Twitter is behind Elon Musk. It's just going to get put into his stable of very successful companies, and maybe he's going to try to do something with it. Or he backs out, and then everybody who was excited to go back to Twitter, yay, it's going to be like the old Twitter of 2015, 2016, okay? It'd be the Wild West once again. But then, once all of that optimism and new think comes back in, maybe they start looking to other places, and maybe Truth Social actually is just more than just Donald Trump's personal shitposting website. We'll have to see what happens. Let's see his actual statements on this. Billionaire tech mogul Elon Musk said that the deal to buy Twitter is temporarily on hold until detailed information comes to light that backs Twitter's claims that the bots or fake accounts make up to fewer than 5% of the users on the platform. Yeah, that's what they say. But then, okay, you remember, okay, what was that? Just a few weeks ago when when Twitter made the announcement that they were accepting the deal of Musk. So they were just going to enter into, exclusive negotiations, cross the T's, dot the I's, get everything all figured out, right? And then what was it? All of a sudden, conservative or high-profile conservative outlets and users on the platform, they were getting huge swaths of user gains. Okay, they were getting a whole bunch more follows, and then you take a look at the more high-profile profiles, lack of a better term, like Barack Obama, and who else was up there, like Katy Perry or something, and they were losing 6 digits worth of followers just in an afternoon in an attempt for Twitter to purge out all the bots that they know are there in anticipation of Musk's purchase. Okay, because you see it on YouTube all the time, right? They go in and they cull some of the bots, and every once in a while they have a big culling and people lose. Some of the bigger channels in excess of hundreds, if not thousands of subscribers sometimes, because without them knowing and without any of their doing, they've had a bunch of different bot accounts sign up to their channel only to put those cam girl links into the fucking comment section. It's retarded, and YouTube is a busted system, and it needs to take over like Elon Musk in the worst way, even more so than Twitter. But regardless, at least they're decent about addressing their bot problem. But it was pretty apparent that that's exactly what Twitter was doing a couple of weeks ago when the announcement was made, given all the other data that's publicly available, realizing that there's just a small fraction of top-end users that make the most of the tweets, okay? Most of the accounts are just dormant, or they're just used as shadow accounts to just monitor the goings-ons there. Not a lot of people do the retweeting, the liking, the commenting. It's a stale site because it's been so sanitized by political correctness. Nothing else to say. So maybe in light of figuring out that, wow, there were that many hundreds of thousands of bot accounts that are on there, maybe they make up a little bit more, just a fraction, tiny hair more than 5%. The Twitter deal, temporarily on hold, details supporting calculations that spam fake accounts do indeed represent less than 5% of users, Musk wrote in a tweet. In his missive, Musk linked to a Reuters report from early May stating that Twitter had estimated in a filing that false or spam accounts represented fewer than 5% of its monetizable daily active users during the first quarter. That's a fair amount of qualifiers in that statement right there. Look at all of it. Yeah, monetizable daily active users. So what about bot counts, or bot accounts in general? What about, those retweet bots that are out there, like bots that are out there? Okay, the link posters that are there. What about that? Is that included in that analysis? Never know. Twitter said in the April 28th filing that there are a number of false or spam accounts in existence on our platform. Why don't you do anything about it? Oh, because you like the fake interaction. I understand. Falsified numbers. We have performed an internal review of the sample of accounts and estimate that on an average of false or spam accounts during the first quarter of 2022 represented fewer than 5% of the MDAU monetizable daily active users during the quarter, the company added. Twitter's disclosure came days after Musk said that one of his priorities would be to remove spam bots from the platform, which he offered to buy for around $44 billion. That's why. Also, you just realize that $44 billion for a bunch of Chinese spam bots is probably not worth it. So even if he does end up buying Twitter at the end of the day, that $44 billion, it's not going to end up being the final sale price. You can just about guarantee it. Musk's announcement was met with a mixed response by Twitter users, with economist Peter Schiff seeing it as proof that Musk never actually intended to buy Twitter. He was just bluffing the entire time. Yeah, fucking cry harder. While trader Sven Henrik said that he was critical of the fake accounts on the platform, gave Musk's message a thumbs up, saying due diligence is always worthwhile. Yeah, exactly. And for some people that are spurging out there, oh my god, he's done something illegal. Twitter should sue him. I don't think he's done anything illegal so far. No tortious interference as far as I can tell, and I'm by no means a legal expert. But the deal wasn't done, okay? Twitter said that they were accepting his offer, but nothing was signed, nothing was crossed, nothing was guaranteed. They were in the final stages, but Final stages doesn't necessarily mean complete. That's an argument that side of the aisle should be used to, because that's their whole pro-choice idea. Musk's announcement, Musk said that if he was to buy Twitter and it was successful, he intends to authenticate all real humans on the platform. Yeah, we know that. Plans to reform Twitter include trying to clean up the platform of spam bots. In an April 25th statement, Musk spoke of enhancing the product with new features, making the algorithms open source to increase trust. Yeah, that's awesome. Defeating the spam bots and authenticating all humans. If someone is operating a bot in a troll army, they're definitely there. I am definitely their enemy. That's cool, great. This fact that spam bots, Chinese and Russia, overwhelm real conversation on Twitter, degrades the platform and is designed to spread propaganda. Into the West, it is time to demand authentication and delete bots. No, that's cool. Twitter had 229 million users. How many of those are stagnant? How many of those are so insignificant in their usage that it really doesn't even require pointing them out? Who were served advertising in the first quarter of 2022? Again, so insignificant, okay? And that's all users everywhere. 229 million users. Why exactly is Twitter so important to people on the left? It represents not even the entirety of the population of the United States extrapolated across the entire world. It's nothing. It's a drop in the fucking bucket. His aim in buying Twitter was to make it a private company and transform it and make it an inclusive area for free speech. And eventually, yes, one platform is going to be the arena for free speech. Is it going to be Twitter? Only if Musk buys it. If he doesn't, if this is just one of the biggest troll jobs that you've ever seen online, it'll be somewhere else. But again, until everything is done and dusted, it's impossible to put yourself in the same shoes as Elon Musk, because he is either a man who has an 80 IQ or 180 IQ, and I tend to believe in the latter. He's a genius who's making the world better in a bunch of different avenues, and he's accomplished a whole host of incredible feats in his lifetime so far. And going forward, it's still going to be incredible to see what he ends up accomplishing. So, when we get more information, I'll make another video on it. How about that? Catch you then. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.